Hey, I'm Wayde Kirvida from Custom Fire, and I'm super excited to tell you about this new pumper we just completed for the Poynette-Dekorra Fire Department in southwestern Wisconsin. This truck is built on a Sutphen chassis, it carries 1,000 gallons of water, and has a Waterous CSU 2000 GPM fire pump. This truck features our stainless steel bolted construction apparatus body and has side mount controls with pistol grip handles. The pump is equipped with front and side intakes, all gated with Akron electric butterfly valves. It also has a FoamPro Class A system. This truck measures 35.5 feet long and weighs 47,000 pounds with water. I've been excited to see this truck come to completion because of many of the features in this design. One of them being the pump panel. Now, this is an exposed driver's side pump panel, and you can see that we have innovative pistol grip controls. They operate extremely smoothly, partly because of our use of the Waterous ball valves. We have push-pull controls for the tank fill and the tank to pump, and the intakes have electronically operated butterfly valves. Down below you'll see that we have a Fire Research pump boss and a FoamPro foam controller. On the driver's side we have a couple 2.5-inch discharges. Down at the front of the pump compartment we have a recessed cubby for a roll of soft suction hose. We also have a hose well in the running board. And finally, at the top of the pump panel we have a monitor that's recessed in, and that is a 4-camera system, so we have 4 views displayed, and then we can toggle through the individual displays as well. Another nice feature which adds the aesthetics and durability is the bed liner coated pump panel. And we were also able to achieve a removable pump panel on the lower portion, yielding access to the valves. Now, we call this our squad style body because it has outer flush panels up above, and it works really great for the mounting of scene lights and warning lights, and then obviously the customer name. Each compartment was specially laid out by the customer, and they put a lot of attention into the details here. At the forward portion we have a tall bay to carry a little giant ladder. Then we of course have a 4-drawer tool chest to the rear of that. And then above we have a swing out pegboard tool board. Now, all the back walls of each compartment also has raised pegboard, allowing removal for the ease of installation of mounting brackets for various hand tools and equipment. And then in the wheel well in the forward portion we have storage for 3 SCBA bottles and then the fuel fill to the rear. In the rear driver's side compartment we have a pull-out tray on the floor, an adjustable shelf in the deep section, and an adjustable shelf in the upper section. And every compartment has shore power plug-ins and 12-volt battery direct studs. The bumper on this truck is really nicely laid out and well equipped. We obviously have our front suction, which has been recessed down for a low profile to keep it below the grill and the lighting at the front of the truck. And then on this bumper we have a TFT high flow strainer with currently we have the floating attachment on here, and then it's a swivel, for the front suction. Below that, in the center of the bumper, we have a hose well for a couple 100 feet of 1 3/4 hose. And the center section of the bumper hinges down to allow deployment of the hose without having to move your front suction. The headlights, of course, are the FireTech high-vis LED headlights, which get awesome reviews. And then typical of the Sutphen Chassis is the mechanical siren recessed in the grille. An upper level on this chassis, we have a couple Wayland single panel brow lights, a Wayland light bar, and then the ProVision forward-facing camera eye. The back of this truck features a lot of the key design details of the entire truck, and you can see that it has a lot of unique layout to it. We have a small drop-down door below the center ladder. The center ladder provides access to a walkway which separates 2 hose beds between the side body compartments. The hose bed is quite low, and below the hose bed we have slide-in storage for the ladders and the suction hose. As you can see, the ladders are quite low to the ground, approximately 40 inches off the ground. Down here we have 100 feet of 1-inch booster hose. And in this slide-in area we have two 10-foot hard suction hoses, and they have a pre-attached strainer, again with the floating attachment currently in place. Another thing I'll point out is that we have the traffic warning lights are accomplished through individual Wayland flashers, and they're spread out across the full width of the body. We did that basically because we have so much going on that the typical traffic bar isn't gonna really work well here. And the customer is actually quite pleased with how this lays out because it really spans the width of the truck. Our swing out drop down ladder again is more or less in the center of the truck, separating the hose beds and giving us access to the walkway. The walkway gives safe and easy access to each hose bed. This one is designed for a pre-connected blitz fire. In fact, the hose bed floor is raised with a ramp behind it, and we have a 2.5-inch discharge outlet at the front of this hose bed. So they can keep their blitz fire pre-connected and tucked in underneath that raised floor, and then they can keep additional single column of hose next to it. This side is for large diameter hose, of course. The front of the body, we have a command light tower with LED light heads on it, and then we also have a traffic board mounted to the back side of that light tower. And then ahead of that is a recessed dunnage area over the fire pump with a telescoping manual deck gun. The primary objectives the customer was looking to achieve with this truck is seating for 6, 2,000 GPM fire pump, 1,000 gallons on board, but they also wanted operational safety and efficiency. The efficiency comes through ease of access to equipment. So part of that's accomplished through all the tool mounting and the various devices in the compartments. But a large portion of that effort is ease of access to the fire hose, the ladders, and the suction hose, which they use frequently on fire calls. In the driver's side rear compartment, we have a large high-capacity rollout tray, which is equipped with a Lazy Susan for a cutter, spreader, and combi tool. Next to that, we have a couple pockets for the storage of airbags. Then up above, we did a raised perforated panel to offer additional mounting surface in that upper shallow area. And then finally, in the upper rear corner of the compartment, we have a duplex outlet, which will allow them to plug in for battery chargers and such. The officer side wheel well has a rear compartment for the storage of 2 fire extinguishers, and the forward cubby is for 3 air pack bottles. And then above the wheel well is a shelf and then a cargo net to retain cribbing in that compartment. Then finally, in the officer forward compartment, we have a couple pull-out tool boards, some adjustable shelving, and then a swing-out tray to provide access and use of that upper area, which is not as deep as the remaining compartment. On the rear tool board, we have one of their struts already mounted. We did that today, and they're gonna put the other one in its place when they return home with their new truck. And then we have some axe mounting on the other tool board. One thing you can maybe point out with the handles here and the push button latches is that this entire panel is removable for service and maintenance. That's a really great feature of Custom Fire. We're providing tons of access for maintenance, inspection, and service of the truck. This is a wand for our onboard foam refill system. This is a system that we build ourselves at Custom Fire. Just drop this into your foam pail. Hit the start stop switch. It'll automatically shut off if the foam tank is full, but it's also on a timer, so if you walk away from it, it won't just keep running. A standout that we offer on our truck is excellent access to the fire pump, and that remains the case here. At Custom Fire, we provide great access to the fire pump system for service and maintenance, and that's certainly the case here with this large officer side pump panel. The 2 handles allow you to just pull the panel away when you release the 4 trigger latches. Now down below we also have a recessed hose well as on the other side, and then of course we have our 2 speed lays here, our 2 cross lays, and then another open cubby for a soft suction hose roll. And up above we have an open access door for routine service and inspection. You might be able to make out the 2 quarter turn valves towards the rear of that opening. One is closed because that's the foam tank drain, and then the open one is the foam feed line to the onboard foam pump. One of the members of the committee who's here taking delivery of this truck today remarked on the beauty of our plumbing. The stainless steel, the welds, the clean plumbing arrangement. He's actually a pipe fitter for a living, so it makes sense that he would identify that and point out his appreciation for that type of craftsmanship, frankly. All of us at Custom Fire really appreciate the time you take to watch these videos. We're very proud of our products, and we'd love to hear from you if you're in the marketplace. We're also very excited for the Poynette-Dekorra Fire Department to get this unit in service. I'm Wayde Kirvida from Custom Fire Apparatus. Thanks for watching. The customer was really trying to achieve all their objectives of 6-person seating, 1,000 gallons of water on board, 15, did I say it was a 1,500 pump? It's actually 2,000. I don't know, I don't remember what I said. Okay, well, it's a 2,000 pump. Why did I just do that big sigh? Can I start over? Okay. We also have a couple vertical pockets for the storage of airbags, and then up above we use and then up above we mounted a raised pegboard panel. The pump is equipped with a am I going to show up if I go up here?